Alright, yo, what's up guys? My name's Idris. This is my channel. It's not like a long-term channel or anything. I just wanted to share some of the work that I've been working on and go over my portfolio, which was accepted into Central St. Martin's. I've been working on this portfolio for like 3 or 4 years. I'm pretty excited that it was accepted. Central St. Martin's was like my only school that I applied to. I didn't apply to any other art schools because, I don't know, I just wasn't interested in what I wanted to do. They just had better programs at UAL, and UAL Central St. Martin's is really well ranked. They're ranked the second best art school in the world last year for the past 2 years. And it just seems like a good place to be, so I just figured I might as well just shoot my shot and just see what's up, and luckily I got accepted. I guess I'll just start off this first project. It was called Cigarettes, Cheerios, and Carrot Juice. Yeah, cigarettes, Cheerios, and carrot juice. If anyone's been a fucking college student, like, you know that you're broke all the time and shit. And like, there was just a period of time when I was in college and I was just eating Cheerios, drinking carrot juice, and smoking cigarettes. Like that was it. That was like the main part of my diet, I guess. Yeah, so anyways, that kind of inspired a lot of the work that went into this project, or at least went into the title, because the project spanned for like 2 years. So this first piece, I designed like some of these shirts and long sleeves. I designed like the Balaclava. That took me about a year to get it right where I wanted it to be. There was a lot of experimentation and trials. This picture of it is probably like the 5th or 6th version of it. Overall, I was really happy about it because the idea initially, it was just kind of iffy, and to see it kind of come to life was really interesting, and it actually turned out a lot cooler than I anticipated, so I was pretty stoked about that. And then as you can see, it's also a double feature. It also turns into a bag. It's kind of got like a multi-use function to it, which I also thought it was cool. I don't really know I do know what I was going for. I was kind of going for like different layers, especially with the turtleneck. I kind of wanted it to feel like a helmet a little bit. You could switch it out, you know, where it's pretty versatile. You can wear it with a short sleeve, with a long sleeve. I thought it was pretty stylish. I thought it was really interesting. So this one, again, it's kind of the balaclava, but also the long sleeve is actually mineral washed. And that process, that was also like another year just trying to learn how to get that texture. I was really into mineral wash and that whole style, like, back then. I mean, I'm still pretty into it, but back then I really wanted just to achieve that look. It was like a super long process trying to figure out how to actually get the fabric to texturize like that. When we first started, it was me and my friend, and like, I remember doing some research and buying like fucking pumice stones, and we were like throwing them off the wall just to try to get them to crack, and then we were rubbing them on the fabric. Like, it wasn't working at all. I tried washing the clothes like with the rocks in the washing machine, didn't work at all. I was like, fuck. And then I tried like some bleach, and that's what you see at the bottom of the screen. It was like a bleach test, and that was actually kind of cool. We were playing around with that for a little bit. I actually still have the underwear from that I used from the bleach test. Like, we just fucked around with all the clothes. Actually, the cloth from the portfolio was actually cut off from this underwear because that was all I had left of it. And it took a long time to get to the texture that I wanted it to. And then finally, I like found some information online about white screen printing ink. I started using the white screen printing ink just to like fuck around, and I had some more pumice stones that I bought, and I rubbed it all around the fabric, and it still didn't give it the look that I wanted it to. And then I tried playing around with like different solutions of it, so putting in more water, taking out more of the mixture or like whatever, and then rubbing it on my hands. And then I started wiping my hands on the fabric, and that's when I finally got to the texture that I wanted it to get. So that was pretty exciting when it finally when it finally got to that texture, because I've been trying so hard and it's been like a year that I've been working on that. And then to see it happen, I was like, oh shit, this shit's lit. It really stood out. So the next picture, it's more or less of the same project. So the long sleeve here, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like a stencil of the pattern on the sleeves. At our school, we had like this place called the Makerspace, and it had a laser cutter there. And so I learned how to use the laser cutter and cut out stencils and everything like that. And then from the stencils, I was able to take that, use like bleach to stencil out certain designs. So I did that. Also took around like 6 to 8 months, just because with time and school and like athletics and everything, I was just super busy at the time, so I couldn't just fully dedicate everything to it. But it came out really well, and I used that stencil for a lot of other things on the other logos. You die with your dreams. Pretty self-explanatory statement, I think. You know, people give up on their dreams too easily, and when you give up on your dreams, then it's like, what else are you living for, bro? I don't know. It just, I guess, personal philosophy. All right, so this next one, these are some more styles. The one on the left was more of just bleach testing. I was trying out on different fabrics because the previous ones that I had tested out were mainly heavy cottons. It colorized it a little bit different. So this one on the left, it was like a mix. I forget. I think it was like a polyester. It was like a tri-blend, like a polyester cotton and maybe like rayon or something like that. And it came out more white and also more pink, versus on the heavy cottons it was a little bit like more orange, on the gray actually. But on the black, yeah, it was definitely like more orange, like what you saw like on the underwear. The middle piece was just like spare fabric that I had that I wanted to make use of. Yeah, I mean, it was just like some experimental shit. Again, I had another like balaclava on there. Yeah, so then the shirt on the top as well, that was also kind of like the long sleeve with the stencil, the mineral wash. I just cut the sleeves to make it like a short sleeve kind of thing. So next, this was just like a shot. I had been experimenting with like jewelry making. I really like jewelry. Like, I really like watches. I like rings. I like bracelets. I like necklaces and everything like that. So I've been making bracelets and stuff for a couple years, and this was just some of the bracelets that I had made, and they fit really well into the collection. And then this shot was really cool also. I like the fluidity of it. I don't know, I just like the way that it looks. It came out really nice with the carrot juice coming out of the flask. It's kind of got like this silky milky texture. I don't know what to call it, but it looks really cool. The orange with the contrast in the black and the white just fit really well. But like, I don't know, carrot juice is more of like a milky substance than it is like a juicy substance, which is kind of weird. I feel like it should be carrot milk, not carrot juice. I don't know. Either way, it's good as fuck. Anyways, yeah, the shot came out really cool. After, I included some screenshots from the video that I had made from the project, and I was really excited about this video because it was a sort of culmination of a lot of things that I had learned over the past couple of years. I've been producing films and short videos and everything like that since high school, so it's been probably maybe like 6 to 7 or I don't know, 8 years that I've been really into film, and it's always been an idea or like kind of a dream of mine to score film. Actually, one of the main reasons I got into music production was because a lot of my videos were getting copyrighted, and I just wanted to have my own source of music that I could pull from and use on videos and everything like that. So I started actually really getting heavy into music production about like 4 years ago. But since then, I've probably released 35 self-produced tracks. I released like a small EP, just like a small EP. It was like 10 songs or something like that, like self-produced. But then I was able to take some of the stuff that I produced and throw it on videos, and that's what I did with this video. I produced like the intro soundtrack and like the soundtrack throughout it, and that was just more of like experimentation of everything coming together, from the video to the sound to like the fabrics and the clothing designs. And really, I just wanted to push the limits of my own creativity and see how far I could take it. So I was really excited about this video. I'll post the full video link. I don't know if I'll put it into this video or if I'll just hyperlink it in the video. If you want to check it out, that'd be sick. These were some of the initial sketches that I had made when I was coming up with certain concepts. I didn't get a chance to fully realize everything that I wanted to, at least as the way that I had envisioned it. I got some of it down, but not all of it completely. And in the portfolio, they really want to see process and everything like that, even if it's not perfect. So that's just what I tried to demonstrate. I worked a lot on my sketches because illustration is really not like my strong suit. So this is like my actual physical copy of my portfolio, because online you have to submit like a digital version and everything like that. The physical version is much better just because you can really get a sense of like the textures and everything, and seeing it, it's just a little bit of a different experience. So I really worked on like a lot of my illustrations. I mean, granted they're still pretty fucking trash, but like better than what they were before. I guess I don't need to really show those though, because I didn't include those in my actual portfolio. Then I took a course over the summer, a short course with Central St. Martin's online, and so we had to do a project. It was inspired by a certain art piece, and I chose a song. And so the song was Una Mattina by Ludovico Ionari. So we had to not watch, actually we just had to listen, because she didn't want us to watch, and she wanted us to really draw from our own inspiration rather than the inspiration of the video. This is just the intro cover, a picture. I was trying to get a nostalgic vibe. That's kind of what I felt in the song. It was really nostalgic, and there was a lot of other themes that I tried to incorporate throughout the project. But so this was my materials research, just the intro to some of my materials research. I painted like a little backdrop and put some stuff on there. These are just some items that I had picked up like a fucking coffee bag, some newspapers, some weeds outside, couple strings, some old like rustic stuff that I found in my grandpa's like garage, some chains, and then again just some more aesthetic pictures. I was just trying to capture, or like put myself in the mindset of what I would be experiencing as a character in that song, incorporate those themes off of my mind map into some of the work. So I didn't really get to show all of this in my online application because the online application was limited. Essentially we had to come up with a whole like materials research study, and so this was like the result of it. It was like a smaller like little book that I put inside with some pictures, just some experimentation stuff, like just draping different ways, different forms, again putting myself in like this position of what a character might feel listening to that song, what kind of emotions I might feel, things like that. Yeah, some more pictures, just again on like the materials. I really liked how this looked. It was like a black leather boot with like some metal chains coming out. I don't know, that just inspired a lot of the future work. And then we had to come up with like 26 or 25 like different looks to draw from, and that's kind of what it turned out to be from all the materials that I had gathered. So then I decided to choose 5 looks to pursue. This was just kind of like my inspiration. I had to go through and like find images. That top image was in Alaska. I took that picture at a waterfall. The song, it really illustrated a lot of like, I guess, conflict, and some of the sounds is just primitive, like organic, externals, raw, and then those images kind of just reflect that. The first piece it's really jagged, it's really unorthodox, it's kind of primal, it's rough, it's really chaotic, really messy. I tried to make my five looks as a progressive situation, so the character is in a sense evolving. This next one, you can see that he's working through some stuff, or he's feeling nostalgic, and he's thinking about family, he's thinking about home, he feels home, he feels whole, he feels complete, and it's all part of the journey. What's actually interesting is that The Gladiator is one of my favorite movies, and then I found this painting by Claude Monet, and they were almost identical with the wife and the child. I thought that was really insane. Like when I found that, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, so then the look is also kind of like that. It's kind of got that like worker farm ranch type of dude, like maybe just out in the fields, maybe he's working for the day and just wants to go back home, have a nice dinner with the family. I don't know. And then later on you have this this conflict, this kind of paradox, these contradicting elements that came about in the song. It's got a dark melody, it's got like a melancholy feeling to it, but it's also got a light, airy sound to it. I took this class at UCLA called the Art of Listening, and we pretty much learned how to break down songs, like listen to every single component. It was actually super sick, like listening for the melody, the rhythm, the drum pattern, the tone, the pitch, like, and that actually helped me really think about how to deconstruct things, especially later when I was first learning it. Like, I didn't give a fuck, but later on those things actually came into play in how I went about it. And even later when I really started going into music production, to the average guy, like listening to one snare or another snare, you might not hear a difference, or one kick versus another kick, you might not hear a difference, but like if you actually listen for it, like you'll hear a huge difference. And that kind of attention to detail, like, I don't know, those are the kind of things that I try to pay attention to. It's the same like with photography as well. I guess to the average person, like, it might not make a difference, but the certain contrast, or like a certain amount of shade of purple in one area, and like a certain amount of shade, or like the way the undertones are, like, it just makes a huge difference. So anyways, back to it, contradicting, it's got a lot of paradox, and that's just kind of what I wanted to show. In that picture in the middle at the top, you see it's like the sky is kind of shining through this mesh, and so in the look you have like this like oversized poncho, denim, and you have like the mesh that's kind of intertwined on it, kind of like a cowboyish look. Like, I'm really into like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, and so it kind of just had this, I guess, this lone samurai kind of vibe. He's on his way, he's trying to do shit, but he's got this internal conflict, So next, these are some of the conflicts. This has more to deal with preservation and external conflict, so trying to protect his emotions or his mind or whatever, while the world may seem like chaotic, and there's a whole lot of external conflict. He's in the inspirations, you see like he just lost his family or whatever. It's bad, like got fucking burned teddy bears and shit, like got a dead bird from Claude Monet, and it's like just a real shitty time for this guy. But he's gonna make it, he's gonna pull through, he's gonna pull through. So in that look I tried to show that he's got this like kind of armor, this metallic armor on the crossbody, and he's just ready to fuck shit up. Like, he doesn't give a fuck anymore. So he's just about his shit. Like, he's on his journey and trying to make it happen. The last look, it's a little bit more organized, it's more structured, more controlled, it's clear, it's decisive, it's sharp, and it just flows. He's integrated those outside elements that he was allowing them to control him at the beginning, when it's like more primal and rigid, and then versus the end, you'll see in the last look, it's a lot more sharp, it's a lot more controlled, it's a lot more refined, and I think that just shows he's more precise in what he's doing, and he has more of a grip over the external situations and his own internal situations. Those were kind of the themes that I wanted to reflect in that project. Next, I have some just basic photography stuff that I had done, some shoots that I had done with some friends over in LA. This was at like Mount St. Mary's College, and then some golf course stuff. Again, just trying to experiment, trying to expand on some creative stuff. Yeah, just trying to work on my talents, work on some of the skills. Then I have this reconstruction that I did in class, and we had to reconstruct like a theater in 3D modeling software. It actually came out really cool, and we got to use it in augmented reality. And then you can see in the next picture what it looks like in augmented reality with the phone camera and everything. So that might inspire some future projects. I'm not entirely sure yet, but especially with the rise of like technology and virtual reality and all that stuff. Next is ideas still at work. Probably won't get too much into it. I mean, again, my sketching is fucking terrible. That's something that I really want to work on in the future. And then now being at a place like Central St. Martin's, I can really just focus in on it, because the past couple of years I've just been super busy with other things, and I haven't been able to devote my time the way that I wanted to into, you know, some of these projects. But that's pretty much it for my portfolio. I mean, I think it came together really nicely. Yeah, I'm super excited to see what's up over there, and I guess just to like work on my shit. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to know more about some of the projects, you can follow me on Instagram at Sentient Exposure yeah, at sentient exposure. Deuces.